Are you a lot tanner than me?
Like lingers on you? Yeah.
Why are you so much tanner than me?
I'm more Asian than you are.
No, that's not it.
Welcome back to Yes, We're Adopted. Don't make it weird. Said I'm adopted?
I don't know. We changed it. I'm adopted. You're adopted. We're all adopted. I don't know.
Are we, though?
I don't know.
We all made it weird.
We did make it weird. In this episode, we're about to make it even weirder. We've had a lot of really good discussions, a lot of really amazing questions come in, and so we've taken some time and gotten a little bit serious and talked about these things. We're going to take it in the polar opposite direction today, and we are going to go back to an oldie but a goodie, a top 14 list.
When have we ever done a top 14 list?
I don't know.
A list of 14 specific, that's our
thing?
thing?
Yeah, now it is. So before we get started, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button down below. We love being able to hear from you, so comment your guys' questions or comment your thoughts after this video as well. Hit that like button because you love us. That's the only reason you do. We did some research. And by research, I mean we Googled it, and it was like the first thing that we found up on the list. And so we open it up, and it's funny. He hasn't seen them yet. I looked over a couple of them. He hasn't seen them yet.
I don't know what we're talking about.
So this is going to be very entertaining. So this is top 14 stereotypes of all adopted people.
Okay.
You ready for this?
No.
Okay, get ready.
All right.
This is going to be interesting.
Here we go.
This is awful. I'm just going to warn you ahead of time. You may get #triggered. It'll be funny. So write your rants down below.
Down there.
It's going to be great.
Number one.
Number one. Adoption is second best. Birth parents don't live up to their real responsibilities. Children don't live in real families. And adoptive parents aren't real parents. I told you. This is a horrible list.
Wow.
I read through that earlier and I was like... What in the world is wrong? Like, again, this is just stereotypes, right? This is not somebody's, I hope it's not somebody's opinion. Yeah, this is just stereotypes of it.
It's not somebody, went and wrote down that, this is what I think about.
Right? I want to know where they got this information, though.
Maybe they did that.
So, again...
Somebody out there probably did do that at some point.
Adoption is second best.
Second best. It could have been third best. That would have been worse, right?
Dude, that would have been awful. What would have been before adoption? So it'd been birth child.
Pet
ownership. Yeah, pet ownership. And then adoption.
Yeah. Indentured servitude. Yeah. Maybe.
Man, this is number one. It gets worse from here, I'm telling you. Number two. Birth parents are irresponsible. Even though it is completely acceptable for people to become pregnant out of wedlock, society says that those who do so and place their child up for adoption are irresponsible. Yes.
Totally.
Completely.
Yeah.
Just stop.
Irresponsible. How dare you give me an opportunity to live?
Yeah. What's wrong with them? Didn't our birth parents know that it was going to turn out like this?
I could have been so much more bitter.
Right?
Dang it. I really feel like I missed an opportunity there.
You did. I'm sorry. Number 3.
Okay.
Here we go. Keep moving on.
Yep.
The flesh and blood bond is sacred.
I don't know what that has to do with anything.
I don't know either. Because since we do not have flesh and blood bonds with our parents, it's not sacred any longer.
No. Clearly.
We're just normal or dirt. I don't know.
Yeah, what's in between those?
Yeah.
You've got the holy, and then you've got the okay.
Yeah. So we have an okay bond.
Yeah.
With our parents.
It's probably it's adequate. I'm gonna say it's probably fine.
Yeah. But it's really not, apparently. Number 5. Birth parents forget about their children.
These are a lot of interesting assumptions.
I want to know where they got this information. I so want to know.
One, all the evidence to that points to the contrary.
Right.
And 2, why is that who's sitting there thinking of these things?
Do you remember that one time when you had a child?
No.
Oh. Me neither. There's a little note in here. It says, not only do they forget, but they're supposed to forget, according to the stereotype.
Yes, that's societal.
You are supposed to forget about the birth child.
You did your thing now.
Yeah, and they've moved on. Let it go. Number 6. Real parents give birth. No, there's more.
Okay.
There's more.
Okay.
Real parents give birth. Fake parents adopt. I love this list so much. This is just the most asinine thing I've ever read. It's great. So, dear parents.
Okay.
I'm sorry that we didn't always get along, but it's because you're fake parents.
You're not real. Like,
sorry.
Like, you're an ethereal concept.
Gosh.
You're not an actual physical thing.
Is it like an imaginary friend type of thing?
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Okay, so I was adopted by my imaginary parents.
That's correct. They're not real.
That is the saddest existence that I've ever heard.
It's actually kind of astounding that you turned out at all.
I know, right?
By being raised by imaginary parents.
That should be a movie.
That's kind of interesting.
Somebody should make a movie about that.
Really puts a new spin on the whole orphanage concept, doesn't it? Like the orphans are not believing hard enough.
Right. I can't.
That was
the worst thing
That
you've
was
ever
maybe
said.
the most terrible thing I've ever said.
That was the worst thing you have ever said. On and off camera, I think. Alright, here we go.
Okay. Alright.
We've talked about this one a little bit.
Number 7.
You can't really love a child unless you birth him or her. The love an adopted parent has for their child is less than natural, less than complete.
The phrasing there is fantastic.
I know, right?
This is unnatural. How dare you love? You know, they used to say, and it's fairly recently that like interracial marriage was unnatural, right? So like our hybrid children. Like are mutants.
Mutant children.
Which is kind of cool, actually. They probably have powers.
Number 8.
8. Gosh. I'm hearing these for the first time.
The only logical reason you adopt is because you are infertile.
That's it.
That is the only logical reason you are ever allowed to adopt.
Everybody else is adopting illogically.
Yes.
It's not saying that it's good or, like, that's not attaching a value to it or anything. It's just saying it's illogical.
Yeah, it's illogical.
Yeah.
You know.
I don't know how you came to this conclusion.
Oh, you must be infertile. Okay, I got it now. Ooh. Ooh, yeah, you should adopt.
Those are adopted?
But listen though. You're never going to have that flesh and blood bond that you would if you were to give it birth to a child.
That's true. But they don't exist anyway.
Number 9. Adopting is the easy way to have a child. I told you this list is special, man.
I really want that clip of Futurama, right?
Have you thought about adopting one of our kids? It's a great way to have a kid without having sex.
Really?
Just imagine all the, like, not pregnant you have to be, I guess, in order to...
Exactly. Why carry a child around inside you for 9 months when you can just have one that's already popped out?
Look, somebody already did the work.
Yeah, just take advantage of what they've already done.
Like, here you go.
Number 10.
Okay.
This one plays homage to one that we already read.
Right.
But real children were not adopted.
Oh my gosh, okay, so it goes that way too. Well,
so
I mean,
again,
okay, so between that statement and the earlier statement, like, we just don't exist.
No, if you were given up, you cease to exist.
Oh.
And if you adopt a child, you also cease to exist.
This is a very interesting existential crisis.
The only people that actually exist are those with the flesh and blood bond of giving birth to the child.
Okay. How does that work if we don't exist but we still have children that we're like...
They half exist. Number 11.
Number 11.
Adopted people are so lucky that saintly people adopted them.
I mean, we've already addressed the hero complex, but my parents were good people.
That didn't exist.
That didn't exist, but only because Really only because, I mean, that goes the other way, right? Only because they adopted.
Yep.
So really the only way to achieve sainthood
is by adopting.
Yes. And we're extremely fortunate. I think we provided a service.
We did. The world owes us by letting us be real.
You're so lucky.
12.
Number 12.
Adopted people wouldn't search for their birth parents if they were grateful to their adoptive parents.
Sure. Because mysteries are not meant to be unraveled if we're
I don't even know
grateful.
how to respond to this one.
Or there's lots of... I mean, we've got lots of angles here. But...
Just stop. Just stop. If you've ever said or thought or talked about any of these, stop. Reevaluate your life and try to figure out if you really exist or not. Put it in the comments below if you do. Number 13. Two more. Here we go.
All right.
When adopted people from an open adoption locate their birth parents, their adoptive parents become secondary.
I wouldn't know anything about that, but again, all of the literature says that that's not even remotely true.
Also, stop.
And also...
Just stop.
And also... Stop.
All right, last one. Okay. Number 14.
All right.
Adopted people are less emotionally healthy than other people.
That may be true.
That one might not be a stereotype. I mean, it's a stereotype, but it might be a real one.
I mean, I've met you, so...
Yeah, but have you really met me?
I neither one of us has really
not be here.
Ever met anybody.
I may be gone like this. Ready? You see me?
Huh.
I'm gone.
Who said that? That was like corny dad joke.
Right.
That just was.
Welcome to Corny Dad Jokes with AGA Productions.
We should probably do that at some point.
So let us know your guys' thoughts on any of the stereotypes down below in the comments section. Are these real? Have you ever thought about this? Have you talked about this with anybody? If so, we really want to hear your horror stories about how that went. I think it'd be hilarious. So if you're brave enough to share it, post it down below. As always, I'm Brett, that's Davo. Thank you for joining us for Yes, We're Adopted. Don't make it weird. Let's go out there and make some more stereotypes.
All adopted people do sparkle fingers.
Sparkle fingers.
Now see? Watch.
Ready? Here we go.
100% of the adopted people in this video are now doing sparkle fingers. That's what we're calling this now. Why are we still doing it?
It's because 100% of adopted people do sparkle
fingers. We have to.
Darn it! We can't stop!
I would love it if all of the people that watch the channel that are adopted would send us little videos of doing sparkle fingers. This is the new universal sign of it.
I'm out. I can't.
Oh, do you think he's adopted? Oh, he probably is. He's doing the sparkle fingers.